So Mike Pence is, of course, basically on the campaign trail. He's going to run for president. He's really embarrassing. In many ways, he is the Republicans' Kamala Harris because he's such a fake, plastic, robotic politician. Well, it's been so embarrassing to watch him do this tap dance where, like, he tries to criticize Trump tepidly and in certain settings, but in other settings, he defends Trump completely. He hasn't figured out how to walk that line between, like, criticizing Trump and saying, hey, I like our record and what we did. And so he just ends up cucking himself over and over. Well, now John Carl presents him, or as we call him, Hot Carl. I think that's some, like, dirty sex act, right? I don't know. Hot Carl presents him with something that's like, dude, you have to attack him over this. And Pence, he doesn't handle this all that well, but they're going to play for him the video of Trump being like, yeah, sure, they were saying hang Mike Pence, but, they were very mad. They're very mad. What do you expect? It is what it is. It's like defending the people who are saying hang Mike Pence. And Mike does not break from his, like, I'm the politician persona. It is so embarrassing. Watch this.
Were you worried about him during that siege? Were you worried about his safety?
No, I thought he was well protected, and I had heard that he was in good shape. Mm-hmm. No, because I had heard he was in very good shape. But no.
You heard those chants. That was terrible. I mean,
he could have. Well, the people were very angry.
They're saying hang Mike
because
Pence.
It's common sense, John. It's common sense that you're supposed to protect. How can you, if you know a vote is fraudulent, right? Yeah. How can you pass on a fraudulent vote to Congress?
I mean, he's effectively justifying or excusing the actions of people who were calling for you to be hanged.
There was no excuse for the violence that took place at the Capitol on January 6th, and I'll never diminish it as long as I live. But look, the president's wrong. He was wrong that day, and I had actually hoped that he would come around in time, that he would see that the cadre of legal advisors that he surrounded himself with had led him astray, but he hasn't done so. And I think it's one of the reasons why the country just wants a fresh start.
Does justifying those murderous chants, does that effectively disqualify him from being commander-in-chief again?
I think that's a judgment for the American people to make.
He's such a cuck. That is such a cuck move, man. Unbelievable. Like, here's the problem. Pence has said, I agree with Trump on everything except this one thing. I wouldn't have done a coup and tried to do an insurrection, and I don't want to murder myself. And it's like, but you're not even making a strong case on that point. Like, at no point has he ever actually broken it down. Here's exactly why Trump is wrong. Here's exactly why the election wasn't stolen. Here's exactly why I did not have the authority to say I'm going to reject the outcome of this election. Like, Pence was in contact with top conservative Republican judicial minds, including like a Reagan-appointed judge who's in phenomenal standing with the right-wing base. And that guy was telling him in no uncertain terms, you do not have the authority to just throw out the results of an election like this. You don't have the authority to send it back to the states. This is made up. There's no legal avenue where you can do that. But Mike Pence refuses to say any of this stuff. He doesn't say any of it. Is Donald Trump disqualified because he was justifying the hang Mike Pence chants? And he's like, I'll leave that up to the American people. From your perspective, be like, of course I think he is. Of course I think he is. They were chanting hang Mike Pence. My life was in danger, and he's over there playing patty cakes with these people? Are you kidding me? But he can't do it. He can't bring it up. Just colossal cuck energy.
What's your judgment about it?
And I'm confident they'll make it. Well, look, I'll be honest with you. I was angry that day. And while I believe in forgiveness, I've been working hard at that for a while. The president let me down that day. He let the country down that day. But thanks to the courage of law enforcement, the riot was quelled. We reconvened the Congress the very same day, and a day of tragedy became a triumph of freedom. And I'll always be proud of our small part in that. But be honest with you, the emotions of that day, the emotion sense, I just haven't had time for it. To me, there's just too many issues that we're facing this country today under the failed policies of this administration that I don't have a lot of time for looking backwards.
Could you ever support him again for president?
I think that's yet to be seen, John. I must tell you that I think we'll have better choices. We're going to decide as a family whether we offer ourselves as one of them. But I think different times call for different leadership.
It's amazing to me that he can't break through his robotic, inauthentic politician speak and his smarmy look of... And I like how he always brings up, like, me and my family will talk about what we're going to do going forward. It's like, dog, literally nobody asked you. Nobody's, Mike Pence, what are you going to do? Are you going to run for president? Nobody asked you. Nobody cares. He's like, I'll tell you what my plans are when the time is right, John. And John's like, anyway, so back to Trump saying he wants to murder you. Look, this smarmy, overly robotic, plastic-ass politician stuff, you're never going to take down Trump like that. You're never going to do it. The only one who's in potentially a position to take down Trump is DeSantis, but even he's fumbling the ball because he went with this like high road thing, which isn't a terrible idea, but he didn't pair it with like, here's just 2 shots I'm going to take at Trump over and over and over. Like, here's 2 jabs that I'm just going to let you know, like, hey, dog, know your role. I'm going to stand up to you if need be, right? The ones I came up with was... in Florida, we keep criminals locked up. They release them. It's not me, it's him. He did the First Step Act. They released criminals on the streets, and we have a massive rising crime rate. In Florida, we lock criminals up, and we keep them locked up. Now, bullshit attack, because the First Step Act was a good thing, right? But that's something that could work with the Republican base. Or hey, Trump said he'd keep our jobs here. There were 200,000 jobs outsourced under him. I like the guy. I think he did a good job on a number of other issues, but facts are facts. 200,000 jobs were outsourced. And in Florida, we've had X number of millions jobs created. So I'm going to create jobs. He outsourced them. Like, do the above the fray. Hey, I like him. He's a good guy. I supported him, et cetera, but I'm going to check your ass. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. But he can't even do that. Can't even do that. So it looks like Trump's going to steamroll these dudes. And Mike Pence, like, you're presented with tape where he's justifying people who chanted hang Mike Pence. And you can't even muster like a real reaction where you break down. Like, this is idiotic. Like, really? This is what we're having? You lost by 7 million votes. You whiny little tantrum throwing, insecure, petty little prick bitch. But he doesn't have it in him. He doesn't have it in him. He doesn't have it in him. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. There you go. All right, guys, that's the show. I love you all to death. Thank you so much for listening. Do me a big favor, click the like button, click the subscribe button. We're getting close to 1 million subs. We're going to do a special stream on Thursday, midday, probably around 2 o'clock. Everybody check it out. I'll do a show. I'll do some stories. We'll talk about the 1 million sub thing. I'll read some super chats. We'll have some fun. I'm looking forward to it. So click that subscribe button. Help get us closer. We're right there. We're right on the edge. And we can be there by that day. And if we are there by that day, then we're going to try to get to like 105,000 or 110,000 by doing our live stream, and we'll have some fun with it. So anyway, also, if you guys want to listen to the full show in podcast form, the audio version, you can go over to Spotify. We post the full shows there every single day. We have a show, so definitely go check that out. And please support the show on Patreon if you like what we do here. Link in the video description box below. Just $2 a month goes a very, very long way. And thank you to everybody who also supports Crystal, Kyle, and friends. You guys are awesome as well. All right, guys, I love you. I'll talk to everybody soon. Peace. If you want to see me and Crystal Ball interview legends like Noam Chomsky, Cornel West, and more, subscribe to Crystal, Kyle, and Friends on Substack. $5 a month gets you the video version a day early. Remember, we take 0 ad dollars for this podcast. Or you can sign up on Substack for free and get the audio version a day later. Link in the video description box below.